Please specify a project. I don't know why it's taking so long to fucking load.
What about the unit that attacked us in the mist? You knew something about them.
That wasn't my first run-in with them. It happened right before I was captured by the Soviets. We were on the Zero line that day, the Afghan side, on our way back from training the Mujahideen at a mountain camp in Kunar province. There's a lot of that work in Afghanistan. Most PFs shy away from it because it draws too much attention. But for us, that was the whole point. The job itself went great. We just had to make it back to a tribal area in Pakistan. But all of a sudden, visibility got real bad. It was no sandstorm. Our point man gave this strange report. He said he could see skulls in the mist.
Skulls?
The next moment, he went silent. We scrambled into formation, right before his arms and legs came raining down on us. It was always supposed to be a dangerous mission, so I had Diamond Dog's very best with me. We were calling out to each other. But one by one, their voices just went dead. Whatever happened to me, I lost consciousness before I knew it. When I came to, I was in a Soviet camp, tied to an interrogation chair.
Could they be some new Spetsnaz unit?
No. The ones that interrogated me were just the average rank and file. Whatever group attacked us, the way they moved was just insane. And that mist, appearing out of nowhere. The Soviets don't have tech like that.
If they did, Ocelot would have heard about it.
I doubt the West does either. Otherwise, the folks at Langley would be sleeping a lot easier.
Why'd they come after you?
Wish I knew. I'm the only one who survived.
Probably because you connected to the big boss.
If I was their target, they wouldn't have just handed me over to the 40th Army. Whatever the case, we need to watch our step until we know who they really are. And boss, if you ever do run into them again, don't try to take them on. You just get the hell out of there. When I first started dealing with Zero, with Cypher, it was a somewhat parasitic relationship, though a mutually beneficial one. Cypher had no army of their own, so they wanted us. They wanted our strength. They approached me as a potential business partner.
But they had other motives.
Cypher coaxed us into Central America, into that U.S.-Soviet proxy war, to fuel Mother Base's growth. Once we were big enough, they'd force us to join them. That was the plan.
That's why they had Paz still Zeke.
Right.
We can use compounds from plants to make medicine or poison for use in new weapons and equipment. Take a look at the plants list on your iDroid to see which ones we need. Then go find them if you get the chance. It'll keep the staff happy, too.
Inspection they orchestrated to cover up their sabotage. That power Cypher wanted. We don't have it anymore. So why are they still after you? Is it just the fear of leaving you alive?
I don't know. Was Zero really... All I know is the man I knew wouldn't want this.
What do you mean?
We have to consider that it might not be Zero we're dealing with.
We know virtually nothing about Cypher anymore. How big they've gotten, what they want. or even who they really are. The new mother base started out as a test drilling rig operated by a mineral resources supplier, but their project fell through. The Seychelles government was happy to hand the place over to us. It was just scrap on stilts. So with a few dummy construction companies set up as fronts, we started renovating the half-finished rig. From the outside, it looked like the project was back on rails.
Cause you
Turn from the grave to kill them. We'll prove to the world that we were the victors.
and if we lose again,
They can't fool us the same way twice. Now our enemies are in plain sight. And when our organization gets too big, we split it across companies. Any company that draws attention gets liquidated, and its capital is back-channeled into a new company. Most PFs are small-time operations anyway. And in this business, the minnows go bankrupt all the time.
Sounds
We
about
never
right.
arouse suspicion. Plus, we have Hewick.
Hewick?
Human Exploitation Company. It's a business specializing in intel gathering. Think of it as a civilian intelligence agency.
Cause that
Sounds nice.
Remember what they were trying to accomplish at the prison facility in Cuba? That gave me the idea. We dispatch moles into conflict zones around the world, and each sets up an intel network on site. Then they stay in place to give us stable points of contact when other nations intervene in the conflicts. Hewick's strength is that it has a cutout at each level. You get your job from one guy, then you hand it off to another. No one has direct access. It's a perfect black box. Hewick members also work their way into the superpowers intelligence agencies to make sure Diamond Dogs gets work. We have those countries by the balls. That's our deterrent when we need it.
networking in the intelligence community.
Sure, that's how we've grown this far. And when you go out on missions, intel from Hewick will be there to back you up. But despite all that, Cypher has its eyes on us. The only reason I'm not dead is that they needed to know where you were. Figured if you woke up, I'd go straight to you.
That's why you made that ruckus at the zero line.
Yeah, to make their own surveillance work against them. I think it took some of the heat off Cyprus.
Cause,
Then I just had to wait for you to save me. And I've gotten used
Really?
to waiting.
cause,
That's not all. It was a good chance to scout the market. And with the West wanting the Soviets out of Afghanistan, their agencies are bursting at the seams with funding. Boss, let's start by building up our Afghan presence.
Alright.
why put Mother Base in the Seychelles?
We're at the center of the world here.
We're all the way out in the Indian Ocean.
Come on. Lebanon, Sri Lanka, East Timor, and Africa. From here, our reach extends to conflict zones the world over, including Afghanistan, of course.
So it's prime real estate for a mercenary.
Exactly. Latin America isn't as close as I'd like, but we have Amanda and her people to help in that department. And besides, the Seychelles government owes us a favor.
Owes us.
The Seychelles has strong ties to the east, which the West wanted to shake up. It came to a head 3 years ago in an attempted coup. It was a force of South African mercenaries with U.S. backing behind the scenes. They were only platoon size, but South Africa is home to some heavy PFs, too much for the Seychelles to handle. In the end, they accepted help from the Tanzanian army and quelled the coup. We set up the deal and handled on-site tactical instruction. That led to some training work for the Seychelles military. And when we put down a mutiny within their forces, well, we made a lot of people happy.
Sounds
They don't
like
pay
it.
us. They just let us have a piece of their offshore territory on the promise we'll come running if something else happens.
Ah,
So
protection.
we're bodyguards, too.
It's a good setup. We can only take Mother Base so far here. We'll have to find somewhere else when this place starts getting big.
Aren't you being a little hasty?
Nothing hasty about it. You're back with us now.
It's planning for the future.
So, Kaz, the ship that took us from Cyprus, it used to be a whaler.
Yeah, a Japanese vessel. How was the voyage?
It was stimulating.
Well, she was part of a whaling fleet up until a few years ago. Her displacement isn't anything to write home about, but she can really move. She still had plenty of life left in her, but then the work dried up. Global opposition to whaling has been mounting for years.
Is that right?
The push to ban it has been gaining traction for a little over a decade. Individual species came under protection as the years went on.
Yeah,
And 2 years
it's like
ago,
sharks.
the IWC adopted a moratorium on commercial whaling. Several countries, including Japan, fought it to the bitter end. But eventually, most whaling companies had no choice but to throw in the towel. You ever tried whale snake?
Can't say that I have.
When I was a kid in Japan, practically everybody ate it.
That good, huh?
The country was poor in those days, and whale was cheap. International opinions changed since then. In any case, that's why we were able to get a bargain price on the ship. Of course, we did end up spending 5 times the purchase price in modifications. We had to really work to fit in all the ESM and communications gear while keeping the whaler look intact. Right now, she's going around conducting SIGINT missions. In the future, we plan to use her as a communications relay base between you and Mother Base, and also as a chopper resupply vessel.
That actually is a good
Diamond
idea.
docks. The word diamond originally comes from the Greek adamas. It means indomitable. I laid on the boss's grave. They represent innocence, as well as chastity, yielding to no man while maintaining one's virtue. In other words,
Oh, I passed some flowers.
staying
Might as well
loyal to
grab these
something.
while I'm here.
That's tarragon, a type of medicinal plant. It contains trace amounts of a benzodiazepine derivative that's the active ingredient in pentazimine.
Whatever you said.
That wild dog pup. He's a tough little guy. Boss, this is no time to be playing with animals. What are you gonna do, boss?
What are you talking about?
Roger that. We'll pick him up.
Little doggy pup is the homie. I actually didn't see him because it's so fucking dark. Or it's not dark, it's just he blends in. That's what got me.
We found out there's an English-speaking soldier somewhere in the region. He's a language specialist. His role is to translate information related to the West into Russian. If we can get him to join us, we'll have the upper hand in information warfare. Find this language specialist and extract him.
Say guard up front.
That's the target.
Правда? Вдруг встречу великана. Last night with your girlfriend. With your girlfriend. Это было неплохо. Правда? Что это значит? Я друг твоего приятеля. О, это действительно полезно. Любые мелочи могут помочь в этой холодной войне. Точно. Эти слова может быть. В следующий раз ты должен научить меня еще чему-нибудь. Конечно.
That Soviet soldier in the Green Beret is speaking English. Must be a language specialist. With him on our side, we'd be capable of Russian interpretation support. Try and extract him.
Alright. What did it sound like somebody was shooting? Check it around him. Scary his ass outside.
Boss.
My connection seems a bit fucking laggy. Stay so long, the internet is the fucking server.
That language specialist you extracted has been very cooperative. Says he's always dreamed of living a free life, like folks in the West. What are the odds, huh? I've gone ahead and placed him in the support unit. His job is Russian interpretation. Now you'll know what Soviet soldiers are saying. You can even interrogate them. Should give you an edge in the mission.
Yeah. It did not load this slow last night. That was easy. And these resources.
Information warfare is more than just intel gathering. It also means disrupting enemy communications. Your mission is to punch a hole in the comms network between the Soviet outposts. That'll cut off their means to call in reinforcements. Technically, we were given this mission by a Western-backed Arab organization supporting the guerrillas. But it'll also give us a leg up in the future. Take a look at the location of the Eastern Communications Post on your iDroid. Head there and destroy its comms equipment. He who controls information controls operations. Just look at Cypher. Good luck, boss.
Yeah, C4 probably will be the best. Did not know I had night vision, or I probably would have used that a lot sooner. R&D level 6, support level 7. Troublemaker, unsanitary. Episode 4.
Disable the Soviets' reinforcement system by putting a hole in their base-to-base comms network. Head for the Eastern Communications Post and destroy its comms equipment. First, use the binoculars to locate the communications equipment at the facility. Head for the eastern communications post and destroy the target equipment. Its location is on your iDroid.
That's it now. Why did I come over here then? I guess just because of the mission.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Guess the map gets bigger.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Checkpoints. Thought I could go up the hills here, but apparently the fuck no.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You made it. First, use the binoculars to locate the communications equipment at the facility. First, you have to identify the targets. Recon the site with your binoculars. Once you know where the targets are, take them out to put their network out of action. How you do that is up to you.
You didn't hear that?
out. The enemy's given up their search for you, but they're not giving the all-clear just yet. Stay alert. Keep in mind that time doesn't stop while you use the iDroid. You can even move around while using it, but pay attention to your surroundings. That's an anti-air radar. It isn't one of the targets, but destroying it would shut down part of the enemy's air surveillance. That might make more landing zones available.
Why's the damn thing never like being fast enough? I guess it must just be my like connections bad right now since there's a storm.
First, you have to identify the targets. Recon the site with your binoculars. Once you know where the targets are, take them out to put their network out of action. How you do that is up to you. That antenna is one of the targets. There should be more. Keep looking. That's another one of the targets. Do you see any more?
Not from this spot.
Как ты? В порядке?
I can keep going.
That looks like the target. We know where all the antennas are now. Take out all 3 of them. How you do it is your call. Explosives should take care of them well enough. How you do it is up to you. Thinking of using C4? It's an explosive that you detonate by remote control after you've planted it. All right, now get to a safe distance before you set it off. To detonate it, hold the ready button and then press the action button. Explosives should take care of them well enough. How you do it is up to you.
I use the C4. Also gonna be checking around here.
That's an anti-air radar. It isn't one of the targets, but destroying it would shut down part of the enemy's air surveillance. It might make more landing zones available.
Well, nothing interesting. There's a lot of good shit here, though. Did I not open the container?
Destroy the targets. Any method will do. That radio transmitter is used to relay messages between outposts. Take it out and the mission's complete. We have the locations of all the targets. Destroy either the radio transmitter or all the antennas to shut down communications between the enemy outposts. It's all up to you, boss.
Yep.
Explosives should take care of them well enough. How you do it is up to you.
Oh crap.
Either destroy that or turn it off to shut off all the lights and surveillance cameras in the outpost. But of course, the enemy will realize something's up. If you're gonna do it, be quick. Out of ammo? Let the support unit help out if you need to restock. Transmit a request from your iDroid and I'll send supplies right away. Good work. You've completed your objective. Now get out of the hot zone.
I don't know if I'm supposed to destroy these or not. I had like 3K when I started. I had like 2,000 something. I guess you airdrop these like the troops for supplies. Yep, I guess because of the weather, like fucking... No, cancel. Fucking... I guess because of my... Got a lot of materials.
That's it. You've made it out of the hot zone. No sign of the enemy. Mission complete, boss. Mission complete. Great work. Our army is growing like crazy thanks to you, boss. In fact, it's getting downright crowded around here. To bring a greater number of people on board, we'll need to expand our facilities. To that end, I've created a base development unit. It has two roles, material refinement and platform construction. I'll start with the material refinement part. The base development unit procures material resources on a regular basis according to its level. The materials are stored in containers and placed on the deck of Mother Base. Once they're finished being processed, they can finally be put to use. By using these materials to build new platforms, we'll be able to add a greater number of staff to our ranks. We don't need any specific instructions from you to refine the materials, but I want you to be the one to decide how we construct platforms. Once we have sufficient GMP and the required material resources, you can issue construction orders from your iDroid.
Alright.
Prolonged time in the field is bad for the body and mind. I think it's time you took a break. Do it for me. Come back to Mother Base ASAP.
Come back!
Oh, it's the puppy.
This
is the dog you brought back. Bit of a troublemaker. Not sure about the breed, though. He'll get bigger? Uh-huh. Like this. You know, I can look after him. He's still a pup, so he doesn't listen. I have a feeling someday he'll be useful. I suspect you discovered a real diamond in the rough. With a little polish, I'd say we got a true diamond dog on our hands.
DD, right? Oslet raising hounds. Fine.
Come on, Dee Dee.
Hey, listen there.
Channel request from Langley. We're to find a piece of new American military hardware that's gone missing in the mountains of Afghanistan. It's a difficult mission, but I'd say you're back in top form by now. Check your iDroid for the details.
Nice.
Boss, welcome home. Boss.
Guess it's still being rebuilt.
Chain with me, boss. How about it? Thank you, boss.
Test your skills at a range of tasks. Huh. I wish the fucking connection wasn't so trash, so I don't have to keep sitting here for 5 years trying to open this iDroid. Alright, so you kind of deserve to be in the engineering corps.
Puppy the boss brought back is so cute. Yeah. Too cute. I want to pet him. Yeah, just once. I want to touch his paw pads. Yeah, just... Wait, what? You don't want to touch him too? No, that, really occurred to me. You don't know the awesomeness of a puppy's paw pads? I guess not. But, yeah. I bet they would...
I think I spent like 3 minutes alone waiting for the second thing. General Technical Helicopter.
Roger.
Yeah. I need the helicopter to come in and pick me up.
This is Pequod. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is Pequod. On station at LZ. Gaining altitude.
I got that, sort of tank. Well, technically, it really is an APC, more. You can call it a light tank. That's kind of what it is. A light tank. I did the quick dive by accident.
By connecting your iDroid to the onboard computer, you turn the chopper into your own Aerial Command Center, or ACC. Some elements of staff assignment and R&D of weapons and items can only be performed from there. Take as long as you need to consider all your options.
Separate from the reward screen. Reward screen? I don't understand. Never mind. I don't have the resources. That's close. Deploy. Ooh. Pop my arm. That felt very good.
Boss, as requested, we've added an analyzer function to your binoculars. Now you can view soldiers or POWs and get a readout on their rank or any special skills they might have. Depending on their
Good.
skills, they may even be able to develop new types of weapons or items. Try it out the next time you're thinking of folding someone.
That way I don't have to fucking guess. No, my sniper's gone. Let's dehorse. Oops.
Be careful down there, boss.
Will do. Oh, landed by some plants.
Golden Crescent. It's a type of medicinal plant. We can use that to make tranquilizer rounds more potent. That's a medicinal plant called haoma, otherwise known as soma. People use it to make a sacred drink for religious ceremonies.
Yeah, it's right over that one.
There's sheep around. With the local residents gone, they've gone back to the wild. Security forces must know something about the targets. After you grab or hold up an enemy, try interrogating them.
If I find an enemy. My game cuts out on. Yep, it cut out.